Thank you for watching episode 11 of Press Pass, where we take a look at some of the live shows from your favorite artists and we rate them on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the best. My name is Calvin. I'm a photographer. Alright, so here we are, episode 11. Once again, thanks for watching, and we are here with Trippie Redd on the Life's a Trip tour. I have on some merch. I don't even like this shit. I put this on, I was like, damn nigga, you getting fat out here, ain't you? Like, it's a little snug. I don't know if it was because it was made in Nicaragua or your boy just been eating good. Irregardless, I feel silly, but you know, I do what I can for the sake of the show. And here we are. Like I said, Trippie Redd, Life's a Trip, Dallas, Texas. All right, so you know how we get down on Press Pass. We start with the venue. We're back at House of Blues. So if you've been keeping up, you know we haven't been back here since episode 1 with Nipsey Hussle. So here we are bringing it full circle, episode 11 with Trippie Redd. Once again, I can't complain. Definitely a big fan of House of Blues. Security was good. Definitely needed with the amount of people that were in the building. The bar area, of course, always good. And one thing that I'm starting, I guess I felt myself starting to take for granted was the photo pit. House of Blues has a very, very, very well put together photo pit. They make sure that we have enough space to get by, make sure we have enough space to do what we need to do. And I can appreciate that. So next we're going to take a look at our promoters. This is my first event with Scoremore. Scoremore is, I think they were based out of Dallas or out of Texas 1, and they just happened to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and here we are. Very difficult to get shows when they're putting it on, which I can understand. They probably get a lot of hits, you know, every time that they get ready to put on a show. But I definitely appreciate you guys at Scoremore for working with us here at Press Pass and letting us come in and take a look at your show. They did a very, very, very good job, and I will say that off the strength of this show was sold out. So I wasn't surprised when I came in and saw, but I didn't think about the fact that with all of these small kids, once again, the parents have to buy. They have to buy tickets. If their kids are too young, a lot of times the parents just won't let their kids go by themselves. So they buy a ticket as well. So Scoremore kind of has a come up on that because you got kids that's got to pay the tickets. Then you also have the adults that are going to pay the tickets even though they're not there to, you know, really enjoy the show. Just there. Now we move on to our opening acts. I didn't catch all of them, but I did have the chance to check out 3 this time around. I was slightly on time. That's a round of applause for me, I believe. So yeah, we did have a few openers I was able to catch. The first one was a guy, I think he's out of Atlanta, by the name of Lil Duke. So, Lil Duke, what can I say about this guy? So he comes out, and like I said, there are a bunch of kids in the crowd. He comes out and they immediately start laughing. They laugh the man out of there. Well, not out of there, but they laugh him on stage. I kid you not. He came out in this, I don't know, shower curtain looking number that looked like it had the Pride Land from Lion King on that thing, man, and they were not feeling that. I don't know what the hell that was, but I know I got a few people out there that wear a lot of that high-end designer stuff. Enlighten me, please, because I don't know what the hell that is. Lil Duke, I really wasn't familiar with him in terms of his music, right? I always see Lil Duke pop up on like some random page that I'm following. He's commenting underneath about something crazy. I'm like, who is this guy? So to see him come out this time and he's actually performing, I'm like, okay. Wasn't expecting him to look like that because I never clicked on this page. But when I came out, I saw him like, who is this nigga? And I swear he at least about 35. Trying to figure out how he got on the bill with these young kids because he really had a tough time, you know, keeping them gravitated to the show. So I don't know, Lil Duke, that just probably wasn't his crowd. Looks like he got a lot of support from the people in Atlanta that he rolls with. But I just don't think this was the particular show for him, just based on the crowd reaction. Now our next opening act is a hot little thing named Coi Leray. So I never heard of her before coming out, but I will say that she brought a lot of energy with her, and that goes a long way. I don't know if a lot of artists, up and coming artists, really realize that, but having enough energy to keep the crowd engaged definitely goes a long way. Not only that, but she brought out beach balls, she brought out water guns for the crowd, just really helped to keep them engaged, which is something that you have to appreciate as a fan. I can't really speak too much on her music. I was just so focused on, how she was doing on stage and her stage presence, which was phenomenal. Not to mention, she was running back and forth. I was trying to catch her in my lens. She was probably the toughest artist that I've ever shot on stage. But I still had a good time. She gave me those real festival vibes. So I can see her performing at a lot of festivals coming up this summer. Hopefully I'll see her again. Our last opening act was a guy by the name of Lil Keed. Alright, so let me tell y'all niggas about Lil Keed, man. So his set gets ready to start, and it's like 5 dudes that run out on stage. I'm like, who is all these niggas, and which one of you are Lil Keed? So for the first, I kid you not, like 2 minutes, I was really up there trying to figure out who was who. It was like 5 people on stage. I didn't know who the star was. So I found that pretty interesting. But then when I finally did realize who he was, I was like, how the hell your partners got more energy than you? So another thing that I noticed about Lil Keed is he does have some buzz. So I did notice that there were some people in the crowd who actually knew who he was. And then, of course, you had people who had no idea who he was. The night of the show, I ended up going home, and he came across my timeline because a relative of mine, she knew who he was. One of my little cousins, she knew who he was. So I found like that to be interesting. Like, okay, maybe, he might be on to something. But that's neither here nor there. Back to the performance. So I mentioned his homeboys, right? Another thing that I find funny, fam, when the homeboys start acting like they the star, you know what I'm saying? They downstairs, they try to take selfies with the crowd. They out there trying to jump in the crowd. I'm like, boy, don't nobody know who you are if y'all don't get back on stage and help hype man the show. You know what I'm saying? Like, fam, ain't nobody checking for you. We barely know Lil Keed. You get off stage. On to our final act and the headliner of tonight's show, Trippie Redd. I ain't even gonna front. Check it. Before coming into this show, I had no idea. Well, I knew who Trippie Redd was. Don't let me lie. I knew who Trippie Redd was. I had never heard one song in my life, though. All honesty, right? So I'm like, getting ready to go to this guy's show. I at least need to like check him out. What am I in for? I'm thinking, it's gonna be something along the lines of some real hardcore stuff. His like most popular song is Topanga. So I don't know if y'all ever heard Topanga, but whatever streaming service you use, look that up. Trippie Redd, Topanga, and tell me it don't throw you off just a little bit if you know who Trippie Redd is or if you've seen him. Threw me off. I was like, who is this nigga? And I don't know what it is about this guy, man. I was going through the set, not the greatest performer, but, he was feeding off the crowd's energy. And it's wild how he can make such a depressing song sound just lit as fuck. You know what I mean? Depressing song. Like the lyrics are like, do y'all know what y'all really saying? But it sound lit. Crowd going crazy. Everybody just ready to die. Yeah, so what would a Trippie Redd show be without a 6ix9ine reference, right? You know, I don't know if my viewership really knows. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. 6ix9ine, Trippie Redd, they were kind of beefing, going back and forth before 6ix9ine had got locked up. Of course, there's some females involved. And then, of course, when you got people like this, artists, and they're beefing, of course, fans will pick a side. And anytime you go to a show, you're likely to hear something about it if it's a prominent act. This night was like no other.
6ix9ine! 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 How's that shit? Who is that? Who y'all talking about?
Man, this fool said it's a rat on the ground, bro. I am done. These people gotta relax, man. They going and losing their minds, man. These kids is, I don't know, man. They tripping. But that is it for today's show. Once again, I appreciate you for watching Trippie Redd Life's a Trip tour. If you have the opportunity to catch him, make sure you do so. If you're a fan, you'll love it. If you just love live music and being around that energy of a live show, then for sure it'll be something to see, something that you'll find, you know, interesting. Whoa, I would be a foul guy if I did not mention Trippie Redd's real fan base. Specifically, look at these people, or I take that back. Look at these kids, right? They're standing in the front. It's general admission. So you know they got to get there early, you know, to secure the spot, right? So randomly, I asked these people behind me, when'd you get here? Check this out.
Got here at 2 o'clock.
Wait, what's around 4:30, man? They started passing out tickets and stuff. We got jumped up.
We've been waiting since 2.
Since 2?
Yeah.
What time y'all get here? Y'all, what time you get here? What time did the show start?
7. It starts at like about around 8. Everybody started.
So all in all, I'm going to give this show a 4. Like I said, a lot of energy from all the artists. I was thoroughly entertained by the artists on stage as well as the crowd. They gave me a lot to see this time around. Like I said, I still can't say that I'm the biggest Trippie Redd fan, but I will say he is a star. If you're, you know, denying that, then yeah, you're playing yourself right now, for real. How long he'll stick around, I don't know, but I know for now he's doing something and it's major. Yeah, Trippie Redd, Life's a Trip tour. That being said, I'm gonna get out of here. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that. Tell your mama, your baby mama, and his mama about it. And we gonna all tap in. We gonna make this thing grow. Once again, Press Pass, episode 11. Peace.
Stay saucy on you, that's a habit. If my life be coming, I'm a habit. Steady cause it habit. Hey, boy, you's a savage. Yeah, mama, raise the motherfucking savage. On the streets, raise the motherfucking savage. In the industry, made me a brand new deal. Yeah. Hey, wait, I just got a new Porsche. Hey, Bobby got a Ferrari, that's a new Porsche. Yeah, smoke no pussy, nigga, like a new Porsche. Yeah. Hey, yeah, what's your network? Yeah. Pussy boy, what's your network? Diamonds round my neck like woman. Yeah. Bitches bust down. My wrist is bust down. About to get my Apple Watch bust down. It's bust down, yo. Yo, bitch come through bust down. She bust down. I don't get too bust down. Don't bust down, no.